Okay, so today is Friday, January 3rd, and today I learned to be patient. Today I learned to be patient, specifically when you are excited for things and when you're trying to grow in something. A lot of genuine, real growth in something, whether that be in your workouts, whether that be on a YouTube channel, something like that, it requires time, and probably more time than you think. And I kind of just had to tell myself that because I was just very excited for things that I wanted to just put all this stuff out and do all this stuff, even though right now is not the time for it, and I just wasn't being patient enough with what I was trying to do. So being patient in situations where you can't really affect it, where you're just waiting for something to happen, like when you're waiting for a package to come, you're just being patient because you're waiting for that thing to come. In that sense, it's a little bit easier, I guess, to be patient because you have no control over the situation, so you have to be patient. But then it's also important to be patient in things that you do have control over. So I have control over this thing that I'm trying to do with my Patreon. I have to be patient with putting things out, and I have to be patient with doing certain things, even though I may be excited for them, because right now is not the time for it. So I'm not saying that you have to be patient with everything, but usually you'll know right now is not the time for it. Usually you know when something is the right time for something, right? So when you have control over a situation, you don't always need to be doing it right now. And this is a good reminder for me because I always want to be doing things right now. I always want to be taking the next action. But sometimes the next action is not what you think. Sometimes you don't need to be taking that action, and you probably shouldn't take that action right now in this moment because it's not the appropriate time yet. So, a lot of growth and a lot of growth, whether you're working out, whether you're doing YouTube like I am, it requires lots of patience and it requires lots of time. So as I'm getting very excited for this upcoming year, right, I'm hoping that I'll experience a lot of growth with my channel, and I will grow a lot in different areas of my life. I'm very excited for all of that, but a lot of that I can't control. But the things I can control, I have to make sure that I'm actually controlling them at the right moments, because you can't be jumping the gun kind of thing. A lot of growth just requires time. You can't get a six-pack abs and absolutely be jacked in one day, right? That requires many, many months and many years, possibly many years. So you have to be patient. Just because you worked on something for 3 hours in one day doesn't mean that you can accomplish all of your goals within that day, right? You don't need to put every single waking hour into this thing you want to grow at. At least at the beginning, quantity matters more than quality when you're trying to get better at something, when you're trying to grow at something. So get that consistency down before you start to go crazy. Build a system and just be consistent with that system. Especially towards the beginning. That's why I had the idea to make daily videos. Because I knew that right now I don't have the skills to be able to make really, really good videos. And so I will learn a lot if I just post every single day. Even if I don't improve every day, it's still I'm still getting a lot of content out there, and I'm still building this, I'm still having this experience of learning, and I'm building this backlog of videos. So that's why I had the idea of doing videos every day, because I do just keep working at it. Some days I have a 30-minute long video and I just yap, and I spend a long time editing it. But some days I just take 5 minutes and simply edit it and just put it out there, right? It just takes lots of reps. That is something I learned today. That's kind of the sub point to being patient. It takes lots of reps. Getting better at something takes a lot of reps, especially at the beginning. So you need those consistent reps every single day before you start to get crazy and make those reps a little bit better. Obviously, you're still trying to improve every day, right? But especially towards the beginning when you're just learning something, you need consistent repetition. Yeah, growing takes a long time. When I started this YouTube channel, I knew that like, it's not like I'm gonna do this for 2 months and I'll be like 100,000 subscribers, right? That's not how that works. I know that it's gonna take a long time, and I know that like, however far I want this channel to go, however far I want my softball to go, however far I want anything to go, I know that it all takes time. And I heard a quote from Ali Abdaal, I think it was, and he was saying that start your channel for 2 years. It was something like that. It was do something for 2 years. Just be consistent with something for 2 years and then see where you're at. And I think that is just a very good mindset to doing new things. Like when I started the channel, that's a new thing. And I was just telling myself, just do it for 2 years, which is relatively a pretty long time, right? But relatively, it's also a pretty short time. So I was just telling myself, do it for 2 years, and then we'll reevaluate and see like if I actually want to keep doing this. And so far, I want to keep doing this. Like, it's only been like a year of doing this, and I already know like this is really fun for me and I really like it. Whatever, I don't want to make this about myself. The point is, when you're doing something new, consistently work on it. Consistently put in the reps for 2 years. You can change that timeline depending on what your thing is. So like for YouTube, I'm doing 2 years. For softball, that could be, like for sport, that could be like just 1 year, maybe just 1 season, right? Work on this new thing consistently for 2 years. Just be patient. Don't expect results so quickly. And then once you get to that 2-year mark or whatever timeline you're on, then you can reevaluate, and you can actually, if you really want to, you can actually start putting your everything into that one thing you're trying to get good at. Or maybe you just like keep it as like a hobby or whatever. I don't know. This is kind of basic information. You've probably heard this 1,000 times, but as I've said before, there's a reason why it's basic, right? It's important and it's helpful. So your takeaway for today is that things take time, and you have to be patient with growth. You have to be patient with things that you're trying to learn and things you're trying to do. So in order to do that, work at your thing consistently for 2 years, 1 season, whatever your timeline is for that thing, and just work at it consistently every single day. Whether you work on it for 2 hours or whether you work on it for 20 minutes, right? Just work on it consistently. That's your takeaway. Work at something consistently for a relatively long time, and you'll probably be further along than you thought you would be. But in the moment, you have to realize that you have to be patient, you have to take time, growth takes time, and just try your best. That is what I learned today. Pretty basic information, but hopefully it was helpful for you. If it was helpful for you, then definitely hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, and I'd appreciate them in the comments down below. Join my Patreon, that's in the description. There I'm going to be doing discussion posts for videos that I'm posting. Join my Patreon if you just want to be part of a community where we can just learn about life together and try to be just getting better at life one day at a time. So that's in the description. If you want to see videos like these, I'm posting every single day, like I mentioned, talking about what I learned today and how I'm trying to apply it to my life and how you guys can apply it to yours. So if you want to see those kinds of videos, then definitely subscribe. I'm also posting monthly videos that are like better videos, like I'm trying to make them more well produced and stuff. So I just posted my January video, which is all about setting your New Year's resolutions. So I'll have that linked right here and also in the description. Yeah, subscribe in this corner, watch this video, and if you subscribe, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!